I'm my favorite YouTuber, Chill. This is my favorite comic book of the week, X-Men FF. Chip Zdarsky, Terry Dodson. First issue, you could argue that the Fantastic Four were right. They went to their home, went to Yancey Street. Second issue, you could argue the X-Men were right. They went over to Krakoa. So the third issue, when they go over to Latveria, you could argue Doom was right. I wouldn't, but he'll make his case, and we'll get to there. The book is beginning with words of war. It's fighting time. I love the way that Ben Grimm was speaking, saying, "Oh, it looks like they're playing for keeps." That's such a Ben Grimm thing to say. I can read that in his voice, and I recognize that. Cyclops is gonna shoot little Cyclop beams. Nightcrawler comes out of nowhere. Wolverine, Return of the Hot Claws, as he tries to get to Johnny Storm. They fight, they land, and then they speak to each other, and everything is hunky dory. Everything returns to normal. The big conclusion that I thought we're gonna get in probably issue number 4, where they see each other's, they see each other for where they are, for where they're coming from. They agree to unite on a common enemy. That just happens here with Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom shows up, and so does Kate Pride. By the way, look at the way that Kate Pride shows up here with all of her Marauders. The very next panel, it shows the X-Wing landing on the island as they're still talking. So this is Chip Zdarsky not taking any panel for granted. Why I don't need to see Kate speaking from another angle. Hey, Terry Dodson, can you just draw Kate now? She's speaking and it says she's got a different look on her face. No, we don't do that over here. We can be storytelling. Well, that's word balloon is still Kate speaking, but there's a ship landing just to explain how they got there. I don't need to see Dr. Doom make this face more than once, although you could have gave him many reasons too. Reed Richards over here makes this face. He could make that face 1,000 times in here. When he tells when Doctor Doom tells Reed Richards that I'm doing what his father cannot, I'm doing what you couldn't as a father. I could have seen Reed's face do that multiple times later on in this comic, but there was no need for that because I don't need to see the same image more than once. Look at this. We see Kate and Magneto talking to each other. The next one, they're face to face. That's how you can justify that. I would rather see panels show me something new every single time. Give me revelation. So back at headquarters, you're going to see Reed try to talk to his kid Franklin. They'll explain that they love each other, but he'll do what he's got to do to get back that power, the Doom particle, which I could see if Chip Zdarsky becomes the Bendis of Marvel. A few years from now, I can see this being the foundation, stuff we learned in here for superhero-ness in general. Actually, it already is. I mean, there's nothing in here I've read that I could read something else that would contradict it. This is, some people get their powers by like mutant powers, by natural, and some people earn it, as Dr. Doom likes to put it. Stupid idiot. But that this whole like Doom particle, as he calls it, I don't want to call it God particle. I'm very anti-God in my comic book reviews. God means anything. So that's that. Now he's gonna share his findings with Beast and with Reed. Now, why would Doom do this to share? It's because he's arrogant. This guy is so petty. That's his character. He just wants to one-up Reed. His reason for all of this is not because he's a good guy. He's a kid. Because they have Franklin and there's a peace right now. The mutants want to take this opportunity to find other mutants. It's actually Emma Frost's idea. Now we have leverage. As soon as Franklin is healed, Doom is not going to be so pleasant anymore. We got to do this right now. And turns out we got the Master of Invisibility over there. Why does Sue help? Because she's a good person. This is redemption for anyone, me included, who may have had an issue with her actings. No, she was upset and going out of character. It wasn't out of character. It was within character. But she was being the aggressor earlier because of her son. Now that he's been located and things are back to normal, so is she. So she's justified in anything she's done. Even going to Krakoa, I can see it from her light. A mother's going to do what she's got to do. Even if I think she was wrong for... She could have handled it better. She's not wrong for wanting the best for her kid and trying to find him. But to attack Krakoa, you're wrong for that. But under the circumstances, I get it. I can... I'm not just black and white. I get it. So to see her say this now is just complete redemption. Yeah, I'm doing it because we got to save these people from what's going on in Latveria. And apparently that there are these mutants who are drinking the Kool-Aid, the Doom-Aid, and they like what's going on in Krakoa, in Latveria. They don't know any better, but they like it. cut over back to Doom talking to Beast and talking to them, and then he goes to Professor X and he gives him this wild speech where he thinks he's right. I'll actually read it word for word of you guys thinking how much better you guys are. First of all, they're Homo superior. They're the next step in human evolution. And then he's gonna say, I'll just read the whole thing, okay? Make no mistake, Doom recognizes the country of Krakoa, but I do not recognize that having claws protrude from your body makes you worthier than a human who dedicates their life to diplomacy and the study of culture. It's insulting. You are insulting Charles with the pretense of superiority. Doom will help this young man because it is what Doom wishes to do with his power. Power that he has earned. Power that you were given. Or whatever the hell. I don't want to turn the page. He seems to forget why Krakoa is Krakoa. He doesn't know this. We do. Moira had 10 lives where the mutants were targeted, killed every single time they lose, yeah? Even in this life. Let's look at the last 10 years of Marvel sliding timeline. There was what's it called? When you have to document mutants. What's it called? Not documentation. Registration. Okay? They went to Krakoa. There was a genocide. They had the legacy, I don't want to say the word that begins with V. Colossus took him out. That thing. They had what Matthew Rosenberg did. Oh, you get a vaccine for mutantdom here. And took Dark Beast to actually put things in the air to cancel that out. They've had what happened to Genosha. They had decimation. Every turn, these mutants are being targeted. And then they celebrate it like the Mutant Massacre. Oh, it's the 1 year anniversary or 2 years anniversary. Like, that's why they did Krakoa, Dr. Doom. Don't act like, oh, you guys think you're so much better. How you gonna forget history, huh? You can't forget history when you talk about things like that. Let's go to Wolverine. He gets in a fight with one of these Dr. Doom bots. It's not a Doom bot. It's a Latverian. And it's detected that it was killed. Dr. Doom is going to give his speech, and he feels he's justified. Dr. Doom is Dr. Doom. He's going to hit the red button. And the final page finally unleashes the Sentinel Doombots. Let's see what they're up to. I told you before, I don't think they need to be shaped in the essence, in the vision of a Sentinel. You're just a Doombot. Designing it in a Sentinel form doesn't mean shit to me, but we'll see. What the blazes, says Johnny Storm. And Storm is right next to him. Is that like something deeper? I don't know. I count 1, 2, 3, 4 of these Doombot Sentinels. See where this goes. But I like the way that this was done. Zdarsky and his whole particle stuff, everything in here was on top notch. I'm happy that he was doing this comic more so than if Jonathan Hickman was doing this comic. This was awesome. I'm out of here like Vladimir. Go watch my other stuff that I do here on my channel that just appeared. Mr. Mime.